All right. Welcome to a new week for the Hey Quick Question podcast. Whenever you guys are getting this, hopefully you guys get this on Fridays or Saturdays. We're looking at what I think will be episode 34. Chris is back. So Chris,
I'm here.
welcome back, Chris. So I think the entire last week I kept saying it was episode 32. It was 33. All right. So great reporting on my part. At any point I could have checked during the week, never did.
She could have.
Really stunned on myself for that. But here we're back on track now. So here we are at episode 34, starting the week off on a Monday. How you feeling today, Chris?
Feeling good.
All right, good.
How you feeling, man?
Oh my God, my bank account has $1 in it.
Oh, you too?
Oh, oh my
I
Lord.
got $5 in it.
Man, you're the richest man I know. It's nice to see you, Elon. But anyway, so we're gonna have a quick topic for today, Chris. If I had to guess what I think I'm gonna ask you, what do you think it is? Just spitball.
Just spitballing. I mean, off camera, you were talking about Gordon Ramsay, so maybe Gordon Ramsay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Good guess, but not at all. Chris,
Okay.
I have a tier list in front of me about what I believe to be like the top 15 best-selling board games of all time.
Okay.
All right, Chris.
All right. I love me some board games.
So here we are. We're gonna do a tier ranking for just these basic board games,
Okay.
and after we're done, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just go ahead and ask you to just some ones not on this list and what you think of them. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with the basics right in front of us. On this list, I see checkers. Chris, I don't know about you.
I never played checkers ever in my life.
What?
I've never played checkers in my life.
I don't believe you. Not even in school. You don't think
Not
you've ever
even
played?
in school.
Okay, you were a chess guy growing up.
I mean, I
Like,
never played chess either.
You've never played a game of chess.
Yeah, I never played a game of chess.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man! New Yorkers are on something else. But anyway, Chris, but you understand the game of checkers, right?
Yeah, I understand how it works and everything.
Red, black, red, checkmate, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, like
All right.
That's how, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, Chris. I think checkers is a solid game. I'm thinking of moving it to the B tier.
B tier.
All right, I think checkers is a really simple game.
How many tiers are there?
It's S, A, B, C, D, and then F.
I'd say it's a C for me.
You think it's a C?
Yeah.
I'll move it down to C. I'm not the biggest checkers fan, but I do enjoy it.
Okay.
I definitely won't back down from a checkers challenge. You know, I'm a gamer. I'll take any challenge ahead of me.
Of course.
I've played a couple checkers games growing up in my life, especially from the age of 9 to 11. I've had some battles in my day. I think checkers is a relatively easy game for anybody to get into. Chess is on here too, but when we'll get to chess, I'll explain my hatred for chess too then. But checkers, simple, easy, complex once you actually get good at it, but relatively decent game to get into. Only issue is that it can run long, but you really just need to just dominate the other person long enough to where they can quit. Much like in Monopoly, after like 20 minutes, you'll have a winner.
I mean, Monopoly is a whole other monster.
It's a whole nother monster, but if you get off to a good start, you could dwindle the opponent's morale down enough to where you could just force rage quit them. Next up, I see on the list Hungry Hippos, Chris.
I played that before, yes.
What are your thoughts on it?
It's a very simple game, but it's also very enjoyable. So
Define simple, because
it's literally you button mashing. Just button mash, basically.
I think there's a little bit of technique. So I used to play Hungry Hippos in elementary school. I don't think I've ever won it in my life. So I'm gonna move it down to D tier.
Because you never won.
No, completely unrelated. But I did never win a game in my life. Okay. Me personally, I'm not very big on animal cruelty. I think forcing the hippos out to eat all this. What would we call this? These pearls. These. I don't know, man. I just feel like we as a society have gone above the need for Hungry Hippos. Also, I haven't heard that board game ever come up in the last 15 years of my life.
I will agree with you on that.
Yeah, real shame what's happened to the hippo
I haven't
economy.
seen Hungry Hippos in Target either, so.
Did they just they stop being hungry?
I don't know.
They got their fill.
They're stuffed.
Probably.
They're stuffed hippos now.
Next up, we have Trouble. Chris, I don't remember how to play Trouble at all, Chris. I don't have any memory. I know I've played it. I think I played it with you. I don't know. No, I think I played it. I forgot who I played it with. But I don't remember how to play it. I remember it being slightly complicated. I'm going to be honest. I'm thinking it's a D tier board game too. I've never once craved to play it. It's not anything I grew up with.
I'll say it's a C for me.
You want to move it up to D tier?
I played it.
It's not as good as checkers, I'm going to be honest.
It's a little complicated, yes. but I find it kind of fun.
How do you actually play it? What is it?
It's been a while since I played it, but I know it was very complicated.
Okay, as far as I remember, I think it is getting four or so pieces down to the
it's like
down to the goal mark by going around the map.
and then you have to stack them all in one spot, I think, or something like that.
If I'm correct, board game with no dice. Very hard to be a board game with no dice. Most board games, any board game with a dice, you're already up like 2 points. I'm gonna be honest. The dice just simplifies things. Next, we have Operation. Chris, when's the last time you ever played Operation?
The last time I played I didn't even play. I didn't even play like a board game of Operation. I played it on the computer.
How was that?
That was like when I was like 6 or 7.
How good did you get? Did you get first prestige? Did you get level 100? Did you beat the battle pass?
I couldn't beat the battle pass. No.
Okay. I'm thinking Operation, honestly. I think it's an A. I used to play it as a kid. I think a game of just simply having a steady hand and a timer, I think that's pretty good. Simple concept.
And then it yells at you for fucking up.
Right. Well, as doctors should get yelled at when they fuck it up. I think it's a pretty good doctor simulator. I think if you could be good at Operation, you're probably good enough to work in the medical field. I think that's a pretty good one-to-one analogy on my part. So Operation, A tier. Next we have Cards Against Humanity.
I'll say it's a D.
D? That's really low. What do you have against it?
It's not that I don't have anything. It's just it seems like nowadays it seems like there's other better card games like that.
Okay.
So
it might have been higher at one point, but now it's
but
simply
now
a D.
it's like that thing is saturated now because there's better dark humored card games now.
You don't want to put it in C tier? I'm thinking more of a C tier. Even if the board game itself maybe or the market it's created is oversaturated, I think creating a market on its own brings it up at least one tier. You know, it causing a shift in the board game dynamic on its axis. I think that's pretty good. So I personally would have it up at C. I think the game is completely based on how. Well, I don't know. Cards Against Humanity. I never thought that was all that funny, but it's completely dependent on how funny the group is.
Mm-hmm, yes.
But it's got to be a C tier, man. It's created too many spinoffs, which I do agree is not the best for it to say it's not that good. But next up we have Scrabble. Scrabble. What are your initial thoughts? What tier are you thinking of it?
I'm gonna say C.
Jesus, you're a tough C.
C maybe B because Scrabble is fun, but the thing is about Scrabble, I suck at spelling.
Well, how bad are you at spelling? What do you mean?
I'm pretty bad.
Because I'm going for 3 to 4 letter words the whole time.
Well, I'm trying to win.
Right.
All right.
Well, what's your record? Do you think you have a good history of playing Scrabble?
I think the last time I played Scrabble, it was with you, and it was like
there's no
on the like Monopoly Plus thing that came on Xbox.
Oh my god! No, I remember those game crashing. I swear we played it in the game crash.
Yes, it did.
Okay, well that's not the board game. it's an emulation of the board game. But even still, do you think you had the lead?
I think so. Yeah.
Fuck you. All right. I definitely think it's got to be at least a B, maybe A tier. Mm-hmm. I think any board game that challenges, I don't want to say challenges intelligence because it kind of can. It's really just luck based. Because if you get a Y or a W, you're just kind of already lost.
And I mean, there's some rules that you can just make up your own word, but you know.
Because I found this out in so many different ways. Is that like most board games, nobody actually reads the rule book.
Yes.
So any board game that I think that's older than 20 years old, you can just throw a rule book out and you can kind of just make it along as you go with. But you just didn't have that much fun with it, or you just spelling is so complicated for you.
Spelling was a little complicated for me, but yeah.
It's B tier, man. You gotta let that go.
Okay.
All right. So next I see Chutes and Ladders.
I've never played Chutes and Ladders.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna move this to F because I don't know anybody that has. I don't know anybody that's ever shoot or laddered. Verb.
It's like the only thing I know about is like SpongeBob memes or stuff.
I don't even. That's completely different. Eels and Escalators, I think, would have to be an A tier.
But that's a
Shoots and no, it's not. Completely different game. Completely different game.
Okay.
Chris, how do you know it's the same thing? We've never played it.
It seems like this Eels and Escalators.
It's simply because of ladder. If it was anything else, it would be different. Chris, we have no idea what actually Shoots and Ladders is. It could be about literally shooting the ladder up to the sky. That could be the goal. We'll never find out. We're never gonna touch the board game with Shoots and Ladders So this entire base is off what we have of it. It's completely in our own mind. I'm gonna leave it in F tier.
Okay.
Simply because nobody I know has ever played it. No bad bitches play Shoots and Ladders. Nobody's playing Shoots and Ladders. All right, you can get that shit out of here. Now, Monopoly. What do you think?
I have a love-hate relationship with Monopoly.
Really, I have a hate relationship with Monopoly. I love it though, but where are you thinking it initially goes?
Well, when I was a kid, my dad used to always pull it out every single time. We spent at least 3 hours playing it.
Did you guys decide, like, just to get to the winner, or like it was 3 hours and we still didn't finish? Like, how confident was the 3 hours?
It was like 3 hours and like we still didn't finish. And it's like at that point I was just exhausted with the game. I just want to lose.
Is this why you become the Monopoly villain, where you start cheating during Monopoly games to speed it along?
Yes.
It's flat or flight. Okay. I'm thinking it's got to be a B to an A tier. It's one of my favorite board games. Anything about figuring out trading and the luck base of where you land, and at any moment, if somebody else moves a couple houses around, you make one bad move down to Baltic Ave and you're already fucked. I don't know. That sounds like a great time to me. By the first hour, I don't know about the second hour.
The second hour, it starts.
Right. I want to say I've played 15 times. I've started a Monopoly game. I think I've only finished 2. So I think I'm going like a 12 to 15% percentage win rate, or where it actually finishes. Now I usually win those times. I think I've lost most, like, one time, and another time I won, and you were there. It is a fun game, point blank period.
Yes, I will agree.
It is just completely. It takes a miracle for you to see the finish line in the game.
It just drags out too long.
It does, but how could, like, would you want there to be like a definitive finishing point for? I guess there is, but like, if you were a kid, would you make any changes and say like, all right, we gotta speed this process up? Because I think part of the charm of Monopoly is that you're gonna be in this for the long haul. You better start making some smart business moves, man.
I mean, nowadays they have different variations of Monopoly, so it's a lot faster.
Is it, Chris? I've never played any variation that made it faster. Like, are we talking about like the ones where it adds like a card, or like any?
There's one at my old place that I have called Mario Monopoly. It is a lot faster because the board's a lot smaller.
Ooh, I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm not a fan of that either.
Okay.
It's like I wish the board was a little bigger, but it was still fast. There's also one called Cheaters Monopoly, where you literally cheat to win.
Well, that ruins the fun. Because if you're telling me to do it, then I'm playing by the rules.
Yeah. So.
All right, Monopoly. I'm gonna put Monopoly above Operation at an A tier. So far, to me, it's the best board game we've had on the list so far.
Okay.
Does it sound right to you? Is anything we've said you think you would enjoy playing more than Monopoly right now?
No. So far, no.
Okay. Next up, we have the Game of Life.
I love that game.
I'm thinking it's an A tier.
I think it's either A, like a high A, or maybe S for me.
I'm gonna leave it at S right now. I think Game of Life, another game, doesn't have a dice, but the spinner, great substitution. Big fan of that. The clear definitive stopping point.
Yeah.
I would love it for there to be updated versions of the game. I'm sure there is whenever I look into it, but simple game. All it is about going through things, getting a couple event cards, and trying to obtain as many raises as possible. Yes. It's simply just about getting another promotion at your job. That's all the fucking game. It's go through life, but it's like go through life, but get a couple extra 100,000 on there.
Basically, go through the life speed run.
Yeah, and then maybe honestly, get the trailer home. Get the cheapest home possible. Don't go crazy on that. That's it. So I think it's S tier. Generally, it always ends in less than an hour, and I think that's the best thing you could ask for. Being able to sit through more than one game of a board game more than like once per sitting, I think that's the best thing you could ask for. Monopoly, you're always going to be stuck with one game.
Yes,
that's the only hindrance of it. Next up, we have the game Clue.
S
tier. Game of Clue for you guys, for you first time detectives, is the best is the most intense friend versus friend versus friend game I've played in so long.
And the game can go by so quick it could last forever.
Yeah, so the variation of it lasting so long, it's really dependent on whenever somebody gets a clear idea, and once at that point the game starts picking up. But once you're playing with people that understand the idea of the game of just asking the right questions, getting a better idea of what to look out for, and little tricks of the people you're playing with. Once you start learning that stuff, game moves by.
It sure does.
I couldn't recommend this game anymore if you have a group of people to play with.
Do you think there will be like a version of Clue where you're the killer or something like that?
There has to be. All of these ones I've listed off somewhere, except for maybe Hungry Hippos. There's all so many different versions of all these games besides Hungry. I think there's different versions of Chutes and Ladders. I know that, but all of these have like a million different variations. If I'm right, it's Hasbro making these. I think Hasbro makes everything except Checkers. Checkers and Cards Against Humanity, I think Hasbro has on top of all this. So there's probably a million different variations.
Probably, yeah.
And probably $45 at Target. Next up, we have Battleship.
I would say for me it's an A.
I was thinking B, but we'll leave it at the back of A.
It's basically like can you outwit your opponent kind of game. Like
I think it's a little bit of this. So I definitely think there's outwitting on it, but like any good board game, there's a little bit of luck on there.
Yes, for sure.
I think any board game that's 100% skill, you're taking the fun out of the board game.
Yeah.
But I do think there's just enough to where whenever you start getting good at it and you start noticing patterns, because again, this could go by quick too. Multiple games in one sitting, you can power through that. Best thing about that, simple 1v1. I'm gonna bank on you, placing some bad movements. I'm gonna bank on you not knowing what I'm gonna do, and that's it. Simple. That's simple as that. The simpler the board game, the better. Next up, I see Mousetrap. Chris, I have never played.
I've also never played Mousetrap.
All right, so we're gonna leave it right above Hungry Hippos for sure. I've played Hungry Hippos. I know it's not as good as Mousetrap. Any games where honestly, Chris, is the goal to trap the mouse?
I think the goal is to trap the mouse. Yes.
Is there a dice?
I think so. Yes. There's a dice and
Back a C tier.
I think there's like a dice and like there's like a cheese where if the mouse grabs it, you have to roll the dice until like the trap lands on him or something like that.
Is the cheese real?
No, the cheese is not real. It's gonna be a little stinky in there.
Top of D tier. Chris, chess.
Like I said, never played chess in my
Chess fucking sucks. I'm gonna move this to the back of D tier, right above Chutes and Ladders.
Okay.
Chess fucking sucks. It's the most boring fucking board game I've ever played. I've seen documentaries of it now, and it still fucking sucks. There's not a singular board game that's more unnecessary rules and complicated than fucking chess. Just fucking play checkers. That's all I could ever say. Anybody that's like a professional chess player, congratulations, good for you. I would rather spend all my days playing a simpler game that still has some dynamics of, playing around and plays to be made, but chess is so fucking annoying. I hate the rules for it. I hate having to memorize who can do what's the win condition and all that stuff. I don't know.
I mean, the win condition is pretty obvious that you get their queen and then you checkmate them.
Why is it not a king?
Well, the king is like the queen is the most strongest
why?
Because I guess in history, the queen always had the most power.
In what history?
In world history. But even
Mao's a dog would like a word.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan would like a word.
Well, you can ask all of Europe. It's like, that's not very true, but
yeah. Anyway, we're definitely gonna leave that in the top of D tier, right above Chutes and Ladders. You know what? Still above Hungry Hippos. I'll give it that. Connect 4, Chris. Gut feeling. Where are you leaving that at?
I would say C for me.
C tier?
Yeah.
Is it above Checkers or below Checkers? Would you rather play Connect 4, a game of Connect 4, or a game of Checkers?
Like a Connect 4 can go by really fast. It can probably last like at max 30 minutes.
I think it should be a little higher. I'd move it in B tier. Definitely think it's a quick game. There's nothing quite as enjoyable as like a quick 8-second game. You catch somebody slipping,
Yeah.
and you catch your dumb ass. Oh my god, Connect Four is really good for those wins.
Okay.
You know, once it gets past like 3 minutes, it's like, oh damn, this is the most intense Connect Four game of my life. Once you're like 3 to 4 minutes into Connect Four, it turns into a bloodfest. But when it's a quick one and somebody just snoozes, oh my god, time of my life. The last one on the list, Candyland,
I never played Candyland.
because I don't remember how to play Candyland.
I
I know I've played it. I don't know if there's a dice. I'm gonna assume there is. Don't remember anything about it. I know there's a chocolate land part of it, and that's about it. That's all I remember about it.
when you say Candy, the only thing I think about is Candy Crush. To be honest with you.
Candy Crush might be better than Candyland. I'm gonna be honest with you. Candyland, I think, is mid. I'll be honest with you. Now, would you rather start to learn the game of Candyland or play a game of chess?
I'll learn the game of Candyland.
Okay, would you rather play Candyland or Trouble?
I'm gonna say Candyland just because it sounds more interesting.
All right, fair enough. Is there any board game off the top of your head that's not on this list?
Oh, what about Guess Who?
Guess Who, if it was on here, I would definitely say is a B tier.
A B tier? Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say so.
I would say B. Definitely, I would say B. It's above Connect Four, probably below Scrabble. Definitely one of the better ones I could say, but I can't think of too many more important ones. Everything else after this is going to get very niche, but these are generally all the big ones from our childhood, I think.
Yeah.
Wish I played Clue a lot more growing up, but I think that's really it. All of these so from B onwards are ones I feel like we could probably own. Well, I could miss out on Battleship, but it'd be cool if we did have it.
I feel like that's a good party opener kind of game.
Battleship's a party opener?
Yeah.
Okay.
It can go by real quick. Or maybe Connect 4.
Okay. Is there any closing words you want to see? Because that's pretty much it for this first segment.
I just love board games, man.
All right, man. Good talk.
Good talk, man.
All right, man. See you guys next segment.
See ya.
All right, and we're back. Welcome to segment 2. This is Tuesday. What is this? May 9th. Chris, welcome back again for another segment.
Good to be back.
All right, next question. Another fan question. I really want to thank all our fans for the amazing questions they keep bringing us. It truly means a lot to us. And, this one fan, we can't say enough words to describe the feelings we have for you and these questions you've been giving us lately. No words can describe how we feel about it. Question that came to us: top 5 moments in our lives. So, as anybody that knows me and Chris, we have them on a weekly basis, it seems like.
Yeah.
Biggest I've had this week just alone. On a Monday, there's $1 in my bank account. As of now, I think I'm still at $1.
Oh, that is a pretty big
Pretty big but yeah. So Chris, do you want to start this off, or do you want me to start this off?
You can start it off, man.
Right. Moment number 5. I want to say this is going on. I don't know the last time this happened. Is within a 9-month span, I lost my wallet 3 separate times. And that includes. So yes, because I know it's 3 different times because I had to go to the DMV and I got 3 different I got 3 different IDs from that time span. I think I don't have 2 anymore. I think I just have 1. But there was a time frame of which this had to be 2021. It started with when I lost my wallet at a gas station. I then lost my wallet when I went to go vote. And then I think I lost my wallet when I went out to the club. I definitely went out and lost my wallet another time. But so within a 9-month span, I went and I had to get an ID 3 separate times.
That is a pretty big
Pretty big yeah. I want to say I kept all the IDs because I think after I lost it a couple of times, I kept thinking, I got to keep my IDs on my phone because I'm not going to lose my phone. And I did keep losing the wallet. So I had a Social Security card. I still have it now. I got a copy of a Social Security card now, but I lost the first copy of the social I had in the first wallet. And then I had a second copy that I keep with me. But I lost a lot of stuff, dog. I lost a lot of stuff over the time. But go ahead, Chris. What's your 5th
Well, for me, number 5 is it was one time I did drop my wallet in the street when it was pouring rain, and the rain took my wallet away, basically.
It wiped it away. Did you? What was your first initial thought when you dropped the wallet? To like,
Well, I didn't know if it fell out of my pocket.
what do you mean you didn't
I
know?
didn't know. I didn't realize until I got home that where's my wallet.
Well, how do you know the rain took it away then? How
Well,
do you know somebody else didn't just rob it?
No, because I realized that when I got out the car that something felt wrong. So I'm pretty sure my wallet fell out of my pocket as soon as I got out the car, and the rain just took it away.
Chris, I think there was a time of which I think I was meeting you up at CP, and I think it was either me or you that dropped our wallet there. I swear, this sounds like something we've had before, like together at the same time.
The thing is, a good thing I canceled everything on it, but like literally a week later, someone from CP called me like, "Hey, we got your wallet."
Okay, I must have heard this story then. Okay, yeah. So losing wallets, big uh-ohs and common things for us.
Yes.
Number 4, I got fired from working at a car wash place because as taking the cars to get washed, I kept hitting the cars against the walls. So I think by the 3rd car, they said, "All right, you're fucking done," and they fired me. That was a pretty big uh-oh, and it not as much as like I needed a job at that point. But go ahead. What's the question?
How'd you kept messing up? Like was it too tight of a turn?
It was just too tight, dog. This shit was packed. This shit was packed. I kept scraping against the walls. Is what got me. They called me in to get fired, and they asked me like, "Hey, did you scratch a car?" And I think I was like 20 at the time. I think I said like, "I don't think so." And then they looked us on the camera and said like, "All right, well that's you." It was like, well, why'd you ask me then? Like, what do you? All right, that was a pretty big uh-oh. That was it really hurt my reputation as a driver at that point. But besides that point, spotless driver. So what's your number 4?
Number 4 is will have to be when I pinched a nerve in my neck.
What were you doing to pinch your nerve?
I was doing absolutely nothing. I was literally sitting by the side of a pool, and it just all of a sudden, can't move my neck.
Guys, that the noise it made.
Can't move my neck anymore. I'm literally stuck in one position.
Okay. How long did that last? Like, how long did like
a week.
Did you go to a doctor?
Yes.
They diagnosed you and said like, "Hey, you have a pinched nerve."
Yes, I have a pinched nerve in my neck.
How did they say like, "Hey, this might be like a thing going for"? Like, is that like a?
No, it says like it's just a temporary thing. You probably something in your neck, probably like the muscles pinched it or something like that.
Do you still like feel it? Do you remember the exact spot?
Yeah, I remember the exact. It was like right here in the back of my neck, and it's like I was stuck just like in one position the whole time.
How'd you change shirts?
It was painful. I'm like, it was painful.
Is that the biggest injury you've ever had?
Yes, that is one of the biggest injuries I've ever had. I've never broken a bone.
Okay, but you do have a pinched nerve.
Yes.
So my number 3 moment's a very common thing I tell people is that I almost lost my hand in a forklift accident at my job where I got my hand stuck backing out against like in between 2 set of racks, and my hand got caught between the middle of like the connection points of the racks. And so I think which hand was it? Left. Right. It was my right hand. My right hand got stuck at like a pinch point in between like the handle of the jack. Mm-hmm. And I had to call people over to get me out of it, and I was losing like a lot of blood.
Yikes.
And so I had to get a couple stitches. It wasn't that big. It just like took a chunk out of my hand, and that was really it. That was a big moment because like I just had to like.
I mean, you could have lost your hand.
Yeah, I could have lost my hand, but like I didn't lose. Like no bones got broken. It just deeply pinched my hand, but like it looked terrible. It did look terrible.
Okay.
But I was the talking point of the fucking job for like a month. That was cool. What's your number 3?
Number 3 is when my wheel fell off.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
My wheel fell off my car. Yeah. Just one day I went to go pick up a mutual friend, and then I started hearing this weird noise, and I just all of a sudden I hear doom. And I pulled over, and I see my wheel rolling away from my car. And at that point, I had to go chase it. The there was a lot of build.
How much of a distance did you have to go get the wheel?
How much
How
of a
far did the
distance?
wheel travel?
About 2 feet.
2 feet. Okay,
Yeah.
so not that far.
Yeah,
But
it's not that far, but
Okay.
but it was going on to oncoming traffic.
what was your first thought when you heard the sound? Did you know exactly what wheel it was, or were you just like,
No, I was just-
fuck, I hit something?
I thought my car was about to explode. To be honest with you,
Do you think it would have been less embarrassing if your car exploded? Like if your car just went up in flames, would you have felt less embarrassed? Than,
I think so.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I'm stopping traffic to go get your car wheel.
Yeah.
So how did you drive
Yes,
the
I-
wheelless car to get to a point to where you were out of the traffic?
Well,
or?
the thing is, my car still had the wheel, but I was driving, but it was making noise, like slight little bumps here, boom, like boom, 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 boom,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. And then I pulled over the side of the road, and then as soon as I stopped, my wheels just started moving on its own.
That's so nice of you. That's
Yeah.
it's a pretty big moment. So number 2 for me, this is I think going on 2 years ago now. The car accident I had, I was coming from, I know I was going back in Charlotte. I spun out while it was raining, hydroplaned, and hit a hydroplane. I think did 2 complete circles. 360s, 720. I don't know. I could have just said that in the first place. Hit a tree head first, but the tree stopped me from going down a Home Depot hill, and I think I could have died that day. That's like the second. That's the second because and I'll never forget that because part of the damages, like the little stuff I see in my car now, I think of from the shitty repair job that got happened after that point. And I remember every time I bring it up, my Justin asked me, "Oh, is that when your dad asked you why'd you get in the car accident? Nobody else got in the car accident. Why'd you do it?" I hung up with my dad at that point, but I almost died that day. Did 2 complete circles. I got out the car. People were coming to me asking me, "Hey, are you all right?" And like in my head, I was like, "Fuck no, I'm not all right. Look at my car." But like Eric asked me, like, "Are you physically?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fucking fine." But I got my shoes are all muddy. It was a big impact too. Like I don't remember. I wish I could have seen it. From like honestly, so like I couldn't drive in the rain for months. I still can't. It still fucks me up.
You're still kind of scared of it.
Absolutely, all the time. But I really wish I could have seen how it looked from an outside perspective. Cause it's like, you know what I mean? Cause in my head it's like, this is what fucking Vin Diesel does all the time, dog. There's no fucking way. This shit's impossible. But yeah, that was my second number 2. What's your number 2?
Number 2 is when
Second number 2. Jesus, go ahead.
My number 2 is when I fist fought my dad. That's gonna be my number 2.
Chris, go ahead. Please explain to the audience why you fist fought your dad.
Well, I was making fried chicken one day, right?
As one does.
Yeah, I put a little too much oil in it.
How much is okay? So I'm gonna stop right there. How much is a little too? Like, will you admit? Will you say?
Yes, it was.
Look at so.
Yeah, I knew. Even back then, I knew it was a little too much oil.
Did you want to pour it out? Like, what was your? Did you realize it before you started cooking? Like before you put the chicken
after
in?
I started cooking.
Okay.
I realized it's a little too much oil. It was like it could catch on fire. and then my dad literally called me in Spanish, "You are a fucking idiot." And at that point I snapped.
Is it if he had just said idiot, or like if he had said it in English, if he had called you an idiot in a different way,
Yeah.
would you have not snapped?
Yes.
Was it? So it was.
I feel like it's just him cursing at me for no reason. Well, it was, but just him cursing at me, what really made me snap. Kind of. He cursed at me and then he pushed me out the way.
Did he push you out the way
Yeah.
because of the chicken?
Yeah, because of the chicken.
Because he went to go turn it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then at that point, I threw him against the wall.
How did you feel after the fact?
I had to step out, and the thing is, he wouldn't let me step out. Like I wanted to get in my car and drive away and go somewhere.
Yeah.
He took my keys. He would not let me step out,
Oh my god.
and he threatened to call the cops on me.
What did you? How'd you talk to your mom like the next day or something? Like, did she ever say like?
I mean, I eventually I got my keys and left,
Oh.
and I didn't come home till like 11 at night.
What'd you go do?
I literally just sat in a parking lot.
Oh man, that sucks. I thought it'd be a cool story where you say, "Yeah, well, I went out to the club and had a good time." Didn't do that part. Sorry about that, man. Number one is when my job took me to a trip to Lincoln, Illinois. That's the biggest I've ever had in my life, dog. That place sucks. That place fucking sucked, and I knew it right away. And I fucking knew it from the second we got to Lincoln, and they fucking lost my luggage. Wasn't there. They didn't send it. They had to. I got my luggage like the next day and a half. So the first actual work day we were there to go to the building. I couldn't fucking make it because I didn't have any of my clothes. So like that was the first thing when we actually get to the fucking Illinois. I didn't even have my shit on me. That was a big thing. And then just the place fucking sucks. Respectfully. I don't want to get too overboard. Maybe I gotta fucking make another trip down there one day. But absolutely not a fun place. Food was like the only redeeming quality thing was that it was just adequate food. But
didn't you eat the same thing almost every day?
I fucking did. I had Cracker Barrel 3 fucking times, dog. I'm gonna be honest. If I never go to the Cracker again in my entire life, I'd be happy. I can't tell you. I honestly don't. The best thing about it was just I just got a little closer to some of my coworkers. That was the only thing somewhat redeeming about that entire fucking trip. Respectfully.
Okay.
What's your number one, Chris?
Well, this is gonna be a fair warning, everyone. It's gonna get a little dark. But my number one is when my mom. Yes. Is when my mom threatened to kill herself.
Oh my god!
To make me feel bad.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean?
My mom threatened to kill herself to make me feel bad.
Can you replace that word? This is gonna go on YouTube.
Well, my mom threatened to unalive herself.
Thank you. What? It's not funny. It's not funny. Yeah. What did you? When was this like a recent thing or was that?
This was like 2 years ago.
Oh man,
it was like a 2-year thing. This is when.
Was your girlfriend then around?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
was she with you guys
yes.
when that happened?
Yes, she was there.
She told both you guys that?
Yes.
Oh my god, was your dad there?
No, my dad wasn't there. But I was at the point in my life where I wanted like
space.
Yeah, I wanted space. I wanted to get away. I wanted my own place. I wanted independence, basically. And my mom did not want that. So
what did she say? She said if you get your own place, amen.
Yeah, basically.
What did your girlfriend say at that time? Like, what did she say? Like,
what
did she say? What did she say? Like, well, she won't do it, Chris. Don't worry. She's bluffing.
Well, me and my girlfriend got out of there. We went to.
You just got out the house?
Yeah, we just got out the house.
Okay.
Because my mom was starting to get physical and everything.
Oh my god.
So we got out the house.
Your parents might be fucking more interested than my parents.
Yeah. Man, we got out the house. And then we went back because my girlfriend wanted to check if she was actually going to do it because she would call the cops on her.
Right.
Yes. But she wasn't. She was just bluffing. And then after that, I just spent the night at my aunt's house.
I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got modes. I don't know if I think of that. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, that's a big.
It's not like when I think of you know what I mean? Like that just doesn't cross. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's wrong, but like Jesus Christ. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. Floor yours.
Yeah, my is like a lot of bad things happen in my life. That's like.
Didn't want to talk about the time you shit your pants, but okay.
I mean, that's not an to me.
That's not.
That's like probably number 10 for me. I had worse thing happen to me than me shitting my pants.
Yeah, it was a pretty big. You know what I mean? Like like a. What is that? More of a oopsie moment? Like what do you?
More of a oopsie for me. I wasn't on game. All right, I was caught off guard.
Oh man, is your mom doing better now?
Yeah, relatively a little better. Yeah.
Relatively, just say yes or just say yes.
Yeah, she's somewhat doing better now. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Mental health is a very important thing, and it's not a laughing matter. If you or anybody you know is going through any of these big moments in your life, please call somebody for help.
You would definitely call someone for help. If you need someone in your life, you definitely need to call someone.
Please call a therapist. We don't want to hear about any ohs about the people going on around.
There's a lot of things out there to help you.
Mm-hmm. But more importantly, don't curse at somebody cooking chicken. On to the next segment. And welcome back. Here's segment, should be segment number 3. This is a Wednesday, May 10th. Welcome back, Sydney.
Hi.
Continuing on the conversation me and Chris just had, top 4 moments for you. You told me you don't have 5 off your head, so
I just can't think of a fifth one.
But all right, well, floor is yours. Can you name your top 4 moments then?
All right, so how are we doing this? Am I just naming what happened, or am I telling the stories of each?
I would say either one. So like so me and Chris, we just got done telling the stories of what happened with each. It's kind of like for the ones about like when I lost my wallet, it's kind of hard. I honestly don't remember. So he lost his wallet. I guess the viewers will be or listeners will be hearing this just explained again. But he lost his wallet like because he dropped it around I think CPCC, and like it like fell down and like he got his like the next day. But like a lot of mine, I lost it while I knew I lost it when I was voting one day. I lost it at a gas station. I forgot. I think I might not have said this, but like I lost it. And I think there was this woman at a gas station because I think I dropped it, and I went back like 2 minutes later, and I think I got robbed for it. I think I know the person that robbed me for it, and I didn't fight her because like I couldn't prove that she robbed me. I just asked her, like, "Hey, did you see a wallet?" And she said no, but I'm almost positive that bitch stole it.
Excuse you?
And like the example of me being on a flight to Illinois is because my job fucking told me, my boss asked me, hey, do you want to go to Illinois? We're gonna have to study some stuff for our upcoming changes at this other site, and that was it. And you wanted me to go. I got a promotion because of it, but fucking shitty ass fucking flight and time. Oh my god. But yeah, that's really the big examples I have of that. Like it just kind of led into stories. It's just examining the moment.
Okay.
No,
So
yeah, go
my
ahead.
number 1 is when I was very young and very clumsy. I'm still clumsy, but it was worse back then. I was doing what any youngest sibling would do, copy my older brothers. And they were walking along the curb of like a flower bed, and the flower bed had like a spiked gate around it. Um, and, you know, something I heard frequently as a child: Sydney, don't do that, you're going to get hurt. And something I did frequently as a child, I didn't listen.
You still don't
So
do that.
I do listen. I just continued to, walk along the curb, and I fell, and one of the little spikes on the gate stabbed me right under my eye, and then another one scratched me all down my chest. And yeah.
On a scale of
So
1 to 10, how painful was that moment?
do you think I remember that? I don't
You don't
remember
remember.
anything.
You don't remember? How old were you?
I don't know. I must have been like 6.
6? You don't remember things when you were? I remember when I was like 4 and I almost drowned. Like that's like honestly, that's like the first memory I have. I guess that could have been an moment when I almost drowned. Uh, but yeah, like I remember that. I was like Jesus. Like
I I don't know what this memory is, but for whatever reason, I remember running into a building, and we were running up and down stairs asking for a band-aid. Now, does that sound logical in that moment?
Yeah.
No,
What do you
because I
mean?
was just stabbed under an eye. What is a band-aid gonna do? Take me to the hospital. My eye was almost poked out. So we went to the hospital, apparently, but I don't remember that at all.
Okay.
So
Is
yeah,
that?
that's
do you look back and be like, well, I got a cool scar now, a lot of people do, because like at least I can look at my hand and be like, this is a little cool. I wish it was longer, to be honest with you. Instead of this little
Yeah,
pinch
I
I
mean,
got. What if you
I
got a
guess, yeah.
What if you got a brand new robotic eye, like first of its kind?
No, I don't know how much I would love that. But my granny did tell me she remembers rushing into the hospital and being so worried that her first granddaughter got her eye poked out.
Okay. You think being a pirate would have been cool?
No.
Okay. Yeah. You're not gonna find the One Piece. Can you go ahead? What's your next uh-oh moment?
Number two was another clumsy accident. Um, the house that we live in now was being built. I was in the second grade. I very vaguely remember what happened after the
I'm sorry.
accident.
How long have you lived in that house?
For a long time, couple
Jesus Christ.
in the teens. What?
I just I don't think I've lived in a house in a singular place more than 2 years, and I think at any point in my life.
Oh.
Anyway, keep going, keep going.
Um, so yes, there's construction happening. We're visiting the lot, and I was walking around, just looking around things, and I was wearing these little rainbow jelly sandals, very popular back then. And they're really thin and they're just made out of rubber. So I was walking around, not paying attention to what was going on the ground, and there was a plank with some nails sticking up out of it. And I walked around and stepped straight down on the nail. Um, Now I don't know if I stepped all the way down or if the nail was just short because it didn't go all the way through my foot,
Hmm.
but it went a good significant chunk of the way. Um, but after that, I don't remember what happened. Did I lift my foot off of the board? Did my parents pull it out?
Damn, you
I
can't remember anything.
remember sitting on a chair and then running the hose over my foot. And then we got in the car, but there was no ambulance. And then next thing I know, I'm in the hospital and I'm sitting on a bench, but I don't remember anything else. I know I had to get a tetanus shot, and I know I wore big, like huge square bandages on my foot, and I could barely walk around or run around for like weeks after.
You sound like a Grand Theft Auto character just waking up at the hospital multiple times. What do you? How do you not remember these big
Not that I
injuries?
woke up. It's just, I don't know.
It
It's
seems like it.
probably
It seems like the memory just starts at hospital. It just seems like moment and cut. It seems like a Disney
it's
scene where the thing
it's
happens, cut the
probably
commercial
just
break, we come
shock.
back to
It's
hospital.
probably just shock and the fact that I was young. You know,
That was like 2 months ago.
second grade.
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Any two.
Do you remember how
So that's
painful
number
it
two.
was?
No.
Jesus Christ. I had a similar story where I stabbed my own foot with a nail, dog. Honestly, that was like a 6, 7 out of 10. But that was mostly because of just how stunned I was at it. Like I could do that again, and it'd be like fuck that hurt. But it wasn't the most painful thing I've ever had in my life.
I
I'd rather have a nail
don't
stuck in my foot than
remember.
a migraine again. To be honest with you.
I remember the pain of trying to walk on it afterwards. That
Hmm.
hurt a lot. But I don't remember the pain of the nail actually being in there
It's probably just
or
like a.
actually stepping on it.
It's probably just just like any other needle.
But again, it probably also was horrible because I was a literal child.
Right, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I got you. That's number 30.
Okay. Anywho, number three is when I moved in with my arch nemesis.
Go ahead.
This
Go ahead,
girl,
cook.
this girl I went to middle and high school with her. Um, and we were pretty good friends, but by the end of high school, I was really kind of tired of dealing with her. and
Mm-hmm.
she had mentioned she was going to go to the one school, and me and my other best friend we're saying we're going to move to another school. Now, this girl don't have original thoughts or opinions. So she likes to follow whatever we did, or she liked to follow whatever we did.
Oh my God.
And
Oh wait, real quick question. Is she white?
yes.
Oh my God, Christopher Columbus. Oh my God, she can't do anything by herself. She's already taking credit for other people. Go ahead, keep going.
Um,
It's in her nature.
so me and that friend who were going to that college had both said, we got accepted, we're going. That's our school of choice. All of a sudden, this girl, Tori, her story changes. I'm going to be a rugby player at Clemson. How did you go from that to I'm going to study psychology at Winthrop? Where's the connect? And you know who else was studying psychology at Winthrop?
Your
Shemal,
friend.
the best friend at Winthrop. Yes. It's like, why do you suddenly have interest in what other people are doing when that was not on your radar at all? Anywho. So I had mentioned how I was ready to, move on past our friendship. We're going our separate ways. That's good and fine. But then she followed us, and I was upset that she had to continue being our friend in college for the next 4 more years. Um,
4 more years.
and so,
That's
anywho,
crazy.
we got in a little tiff over that comment about how, because, another big mouth friend told her that I said I was ready to leave her ass back in high school. And, we got in an argument.
On the
Stopped
front end,
me.
did you? Okay. How did you make up with that making out to that person? Like how did you recover from somebody just snitching on you?
Oh, I didn't really care. I was just like, okay.
That's crazy because to be honest, because they set you up for a bad situation. They did set you up.
Yeah, but that's not the reason why we had the argument. We had all said we were going to have this little meeting, and she brought it up in the meeting because something else had happened. I don't remember exactly. Something else had happened where we were already having a little bit of a falling out, and the group was kind of breaking up. So we said, let's all talk to each other. Let's all talk.
It's really
And then she had told me that she had heard from someone else that happened.
Did she ever name names?
No, but I did find out from him later that he's the one who told her. So, anywho, you know, we stopped being friends for a little bit, and then, but she was still friends with Shamel, so it just kind of naturally got back into the role of us being friends again.
Oh, that's so
And,
nice.
and, she just wasn't getting on my nerves for like a year. So, um,
That's a long
when
stretch. I wish my mom wouldn't get on my nerves for a year straight. That'd be the best year of my life.
So my junior year, when it came time for me to move off campus, I wanted to get an apartment with my friend Corey, but Corey couldn't do it. So I was looking around. Who else wants to? He said she wanted to move off campus too. Tori did. So I was like, you know what? We have a history, but you know what? I'm gonna be hopeful, and I need a roommate. Let me just ask her if she wants to be my roommate. So I did, um, and now we hate each other and we don't talk.
And now we hate each other, and now we're good. It was just what I wanted. We don't talk
I
anymore.
don't,
It all worked
I
out
don't, I don't
according
need
to
to go into
plan.
details of our roommate nonsense, but just to know um, that she wanted to be in charge, and she wanted to be a part of the friend group, and she was upset that I didn't want to spend time with her. So,
Did she ever get on you about not doing dishes? Because I don't want to name names because they're I know somebody who
Oh,
is
that
very.
was one of our arguments too.
I
I
know
remember
some.
because that motherfucker would pile the sink up with her dishes. With her dishes. Then she would come to me talking about I didn't wash any dishes. No, bitch. Those are all your dishes in the sink. I wash mine after I use them. Or I just didn't even eat there. I would eat on campus. I would go out with my friends. Sorry you don't have any to eat with and you just sit at home.
Just me and Chris like recently had like a coming together because he said that like the other because like our other friend it's completely instigated, not gonna name names, not gonna name it, completely instigated an argument where Chris had gotten on me about not taking out the trash and then not doing the dishes, where I told him like, Chris, I don't take out the trash because I just leave in the morning. If you just leave it on like in front of the door, I always take it with me. And then he said, "Well, why don't you do the dishes?" And I said, "Chris, because I didn't do anything. I didn't make anything. Chris, you're the only person that cooks them all the time. Chris, I'm looking at the dishes. It's all you and his sister for 2 weeks." And he just says, "Yeah, you're right, Eric." And it's just like, what do you get mad at me for? You know, you hate doing the dishes, so you wait for it to get big and I don't do it for you. Yeah, I'm sorry that. Again, we're
Yeah.
getting past this, and I'm glad you and your former. Do you want to say that's your current arch nemesis? Like, do you think if she ever comes back in your life, she's gonna be like, "Oh, I was actually secretly waiting on your downfall this entire time."
Listen, I don't care at all about that girl anymore.
I don't know, but sometimes you need a Demetrius Harmon in your life to keep you on your toes. But what's your next one?
No. Okay. And the last one is you know, I was trying to live for Sydney and I made the mistake of trusting a man when I was in my leave men alone kind of time period of living in Korea. Okay. Um, easier?
What?
What was that?
I didn't say anything. I just muted my mic and then unmuted it.
I don't know. You did something with your eyebrows.
Well, my eyebrows? What? I just looked at the time and I just like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. That's what I did.
I thought you were okay. Never mind. I thought you
Jesus
were trying to.
Christ.
But I didn't leave men alone in Korea.
Oh, it was a phase, man. You ain't never. When did it start?
Huh?
You just say like leave it alone phase. Like shit, shorty. When did it start? That's crazy.
Anywho,
Ooh.
I decided to go up to Seoul to hang out with my friend who was in town for just a couple of weeks.
I love
And
women's
we
storytelling.
had gone out. Huh?
I love women's storytelling.
Why?
I can tell this is about to be an 8 minutes to 9 minute story. Dog, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I'm not telling you this out. I just want you to know. Me and Chris got cracked ours out in like 8 to 9 minutes. Go ahead, keep going.
Listen, when I was a kid, my friend used to tell me, move along, Harold, because she said when I told stories, it reminded her of how it takes her grandpa so long to do everything. Okay, anywho, I went to go party, right? We were out in the clubs, we were drinking a little bit. Now, I had a little bit of a cold, so I was not drinking that much. But my friend, on the other hand, was drinking way too much. And we were walking around the streets, and she was no longer able to stand up. Now, we had gone out with her friends, but we weren't with them anymore. We had gone off on our own. And I had to, unfortunately, I had to leave her sitting outside to go back in the club that we started at to go find her friends. Now, I was walking around the club and there was a man that I had noticed earlier. But, I was in my let me leave men alone time. Now, as I was leaving out of that club, because I did not see her friends, this man approached me. I want to say that was the moment, but it wasn't. I enjoyed the attention. I will say he was a good-looking guy. So, anywho, um, I got my friend the help she needed, and we got her back home, and then I went back out to go hang out with the guy, and
You have to hang out like at another club? Like, what do you mean by that?
we went to another club, and then we went back to my Airbnb. We need to go over those parts, you know? And then
What
the
was
next
the
day,
what was the okay.
the next day, um, was unexpected because I'm thinking this is a drunken one night, we were just out in the club kind of thing, but he offered to get breakfast the next morning.
Oh
So
my
I went
god, I
along
hate
with
a nigga that eats breakfast. Oh, you're so right. Oh my god. Breakfast ass niggas, man. Shit,
it. This
dog.
is
That's
not
the
it
fucking
yet.
worst.
It's not
That's
it
crazy.
yet. Okay?
Couldn't
This is
believe
not
it.
it yet.
Niggas be eating
So,
pancakes. Yikes.
hush, let me tell the story. So we got breakfast, all was all fine. We both went our separate ways. And when I got back home, he FaceTimed me and I answered and I was all giddy. That was
Josh?
the
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
that was the because right then I was like, I'm gonna give this man attention, and I knew I did not need to give that man attention, and it lasted way longer than it needed to, and he played me way longer than I and he played me, and I allowed that for way longer than I needed to. Um, then I cut him off, and when I cut him off, he kept trying to sneak back in. And I kept telling him,
Like a snake? He kept trying to slither his way back in? That's disgusting phrasing, dog. That's nasty work.
I blocked him on everything, and this dude started texting me from his email.
That Josh Giddey line was crazy, man. Good job on me. What was his email? If you want to say that publicly.
I don't know. I blocked his email too after telling him leave me alone.
Was it AOL or was it a Gmail? Okay.
Anyway, this is a weekly reminder to all the women who are listening. Leave the military men alone.
Was it at militaryman32 at Gmail?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
He'd be emailing me too, man. What was so the moment was the FaceTime call? Or what was the moment? What was the
Yeah,
Like, what was the
FaceTime
that was the
because I said because I was all giddy and I knew
No.
right then and there I was going to give that man my attention.
That was
When I-
so that was
when
the like that was when I came like, oh man, all right, man. Hey, man.
Yeah.
All right.
When I knew I did not need to give that man my attention.
That was an 8-minute story leading up to say the moment was the FaceTime call.
You need to give background.
You're the worst. you're one of the. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
You need to give background, okay?
You and your mom, you and my mom, you and my mom and Amber. I hope Amber listens to this part. 3 of the worst storytellers I've ever met, dog. Niggas don't know how to fucking wrap up a story. But I'm not gonna tell you how to tell your story next time. The moment, I guess, would be the FaceTime thing. But what made it an moment? You completely left it out. You only said
You said it.
no,
What
but
happened?
you said but the moment was the FaceTime call because I gave him chances. You don't say like what were the negatives. There was nothing. There's no details about the action. It was simply that. I'm giving a man a chance. That was it. That's the story, and that was 8 minutes of the time of build-up that just led to I gave him a chance and it didn't work out. Like that's it. Oh.
It didn't work out at all. And He really messed me up.
But why? You know what I mean? But like, there's no why. You know what I mean? There's no actual. Okay, that's fine. That's it.
That's an even longer story, and I don't got the time for that.
You had the time for the 8 minutes of background about a FaceTime call. They got plenty of time to say, like, well, no, here he is. So here's how he paints the picture about, I could. So I was with my friend, and then she got drunk, and then she was outside. Then I went back inside. Then I went back outside. It was like, man, we could have left some of that in the chopping block, man. We could have left some of that in the writer's room, man.
The background paints a picture, but what happens after doesn't really matter. All you have to.
Are you sure? I feel like what happens after is the reason it's an moment.
Well, you need to know. You want to know?
It's not what listen. It's up to you at this point. Listen, it's your story. It's your story.
Then you're gonna complain about how I'm talking for 30 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. I am gonna complain. Gonna take a 5-minute story to a 25-minute story. All right, man. Is that
okay? I'll make it short. I'll make it short.
Okay, go ahead. Josh Giddey, man, that was a good line.
Who is that? And why do you keep talking about him?
You are not locked in, dog. Tell your story. Come on.
Okay, so let me try and make it quick. Okay, number 1, he would lie about where he was. Okay. What?
Keep going. I'm waiting.
Number 2, he would use me for my apartment.
Was it a nice apartment?
No, it's just that he couldn't get on base, so he would call me to find a spot.
Can't get on base. That sounds like a bad batter to me, man. That sounds like I would have put him down to the 9th spot.
And you know what? I live an hour away from Seoul, so why he chose to listen, I don't know. Anywho, what else? He would make plans and cancel them. He would promise things and not deliver. What the hell is so funny?
What? I'm listening.
You're laughing.
You're not making listen, I'll be honest. You're not making a very good audio podcast right now, Doug. This is a very slow, methodical story.
You didn't want the story, so.
Well, because I knew it'd be like, man, this is gonna be pretty slow.
It would be a really long story, so.
That's crazy.
And then, well, I guess I already said he used me. I just found out that he used me at the end, and that's what caused me to block him.
That was a great story. I just want to applaud your bravery with coming up with as much vague details of the story as possible. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you taking the time to tell us your personal oopsies and whoopsies in your life. Thank you. I just want the audio listeners to know. She's just glaring down at me because she's a bad storyteller. That's fucking crazy.
Because you're a meanie head.
I'm a meanie head that likes to wrap it up. All right, we're going to the next segment now. Fucking.
I was like 19.
All right, fucking new segment starting up. Amber, Carl, welcome back to the podcast, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, great. All right, guys. Continuing of the easy content I've been trying to do this entire week, because it's hard coming up with something to talk about every day. Another guest coming on talking about their top 5 moments. Briefly, I just heard a story that was not recorded. So we're just gonna continue this story. Just act like the last 3 minutes did not happen. Start from the top. Carl, please tell me what are your top 5 moments. Do you need time to think about it? I gave her an hour to think. Do you have yours off the top of your head?
I don't have all 5, but I do have this one.
I have a few also, so
I got maybe 2.
Okay.
You know,
all right, take the floor.
The first one, yeah, it was the story I just told. Like basically, this is when I was still living in Baltimore, and I had a buddy of mine that I was kind of we was cool, wasn't like best friends or nothing, but he was just like, yeah, I'm about to buy some weed, so just
As
hang out
one
with me,
does.
we'll smoke. So I was like, all right, cool, and as we're sitting outside, the guy pulls up in a Tahoe, and they do the exchange. Like it all seems like normal,
The exchange.
and we're still sitting there, and we go to like we roll and smoke the first blunt or whatever. 10 or 15 minutes go by. The dude pulls back up, angry as shit, and jumps out with a shotgun and points it at me first in my face, and is like, "You think I'm fucking stupid or something? Huh? You think I'm some kind of bitch?" And I'm just like, "I don't know what you're talking. What you mean? Like it's me? This guy, this silly little guy here? You think you think I tried to rip you off?" So I'm like trying to play mediator, so this nigga does not blow my face into lasagna. And it basically like through that confrontation, he gave him the shit back, and he drove off. And without shit in my pants, I just was like that. I knew like I can't be friends with you no more because you just put me in a bad situation. But that was definitely my first oh moment.
Okay, so your buddy, let's say buddy, tried to use fake money. Would you say it was prop money? Like how fake did it look? Did you ever get a look
I,
at it?
I mean, from what I see, like if you looked at the money, like because I did get to see it when he came back, and it like obviously looks fake. So it was like the fact
Obvious.
that
It was obvious.
like how 20s look green, like the money was like tan, like Manila, like it like it looked fake, like it looked. But I guess like he must have folded it up or balled it, like did something like where he just did the hand to hand real quick, and I guess he didn't count it right away, like or check the money at all. So it
Man,
wasn't until he
it's a
got home.
bad dealer. Jesus, man. He's almost
Yeah,
asking to get scammed.
I mean, I feel like when you have like a rapport with people, like I done shopped with you several times. I don't think I need to count it, but I guess that's
That's
room for where
insane.
people will be like, I'll fuck you over because it's like, trust me.
No, don't worry, guys. He's bought for me many times. He's
Yeah,
good.
like this is fine. Yeah, he's cool. And
What
then
an
you get this, then it's all fucking monopoly money, and now you mad. And it's like, yeah, like I almost got shot because of that. And it's like because I was the biggest nigga out of the group, they always pick the big one first to make an example out of. And I guess he felt like I was gonna get rowdy and try to fight him, so he's like, no, I'm gonna put it on you first. So, um, yeah, that was definitely my first.
Okay, did
Um,
you? How do I phrase this? Did he have more fake money on him? Was this the last time that he attempted this? Did he learn a
I
lesson?
I stopped fucking with him after that, so I don't know. Um, but yeah, like once that happened, I was like, I'm good off this. Like, look, if I don't need to smoke that bad. I just had to get my own. Because he ain't gonna put me in no situation like that again.
How old
And
were you?
I was like 19, like maybe a
A
year,
grown man?
a year,
That's
a year and some
crazy.
change out of school. Yeah,
Was that your first? Was that your first like big like adult life moment? Like you just like, wow, this world is real. I almost lost my life because of somebody else wants to have a play date money exchange.
yeah, like some fucking Fisher Price money. I mean, no, it wasn't my first time, but like having some wild shit happen. But I think it was like the first time that like I
Whoa,
completely
how did I
didn't have.
end up here?
Yeah, like I didn't have anything to do with this. Like, why am I the one you about to do something
Damn it,
to?
that's bad
Like, I,
discernment,
I
man.
didn't I didn't walk over to the truck when the transaction took place. Nothing. I sat on the rock that I was sitting on when he pulled up on the same rock. Like, so when he came over with a shotgun, I was like, uh-oh. Like, what you think I'm stupid or something? Like, I mean, Might be, but no, sir.
How good was the weed?
It wasn't enough for this nigga to come back with a shotgun. But I mean, if, you know, like
He exaggerated. He blew up the situation. Is what you're saying? He overplayed his part.
like this was some top shelf, like grade A ganja. No, it was not. It was like this is cool. It's better than not having any weed. But
He should have relaxed. You should have told him
yeah,
to
like
relax was what
honestly,
you said.
we did you a favor. We helping you get rid of it, so you can get some new product. Um, but yeah, that was that. I think that was definitely a big uh-oh moment for me. Um, the other one, like when I almost shit my pants. Remember I told you about that?
Chris had a sex same story. I don't know. Chris didn't tell this one, but he told me this one like before we started recording our segment. Is that I almost shit my pants. But like, it was okay. How old are you? Because Chris is in school.
Which story is this?
Which?
Well, there are multiple instances. I'm not even.
We don't have to go that far now. I was like, but yeah, I done had some scares, man. You like this that
Some scares.
like that might not be just a thought. Like it feel like it might be, but like you never can be too sure. It was, and see, like I have an issue when I smoke. Sometimes, like when I get into a coughing fit, and the coughing makes me fart. But the cough and the fart, it might not be a regular fart. Like it might be a shark. So you don't want to cough, and now you blew the whole ass out of your pants. You know what I'm saying? Off of a cough. So, yeah. This particular time, I was on the way to I was going to some kind of function. I think it was for my cousin or something. And I was smoking in the car. Like before I was I was on the way there, and I was like, I'm gonna smoke this motherfucker. I get there, like I'm good before I even get to the function. And yeah, like on the way there, I like farted and felt like it was a little wet. So, I pulled over to the side of the road, and I was like, so, and it was dark enough where I could get out and like take my pants off and like assess the situation. Like, was that like a full shitty McShit, or was it like just like a little, like a little speckle, a splash, if you will. So I immediately took those underwear off, and I wiped my ass with my socks, and and really from then I should have been like, this is enough to just go home. Like,
He continued the drive.
I went to the party anyway because I was like, I told him I'm coming. Like, so I feel like it would be weird if it's like I just didn't show up after I said I was on the way.
You couldn't.
I feel like showing up to a party shitty is
Well, like I said,
No, he wiped himself off. Hold on now.
I wiped myself, man. Like, and I didn't stay long. I stayed just to, hey, hi. I think I had to get something like from the house. I had to pick something up and put it in my car. And
how long? How like time frame? Like was it 15, 20 minutes you were there and then you left?
Like 20 minutes, like maybe 25 at the most. I didn't stay long. Like I just said my highs to everybody.
What were you thinking about the entire, like, from the time you stepped in to the time you left? What was on your mind? Like,
I really hope I don't smell like shit. Like, I hope it's like I hope, like, you know how like you got that wind that like blow by people when you walk by. Like I hope my wind don't smell like shit.
It absolutely did.
I mean, I probably. And it's like I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, he's such a nice guy, but what is that smell? Like I just didn't want to be in that. Like I was uncomfortable from the moment I walked in. So my thing was like, let me hurry up and do this shit and like bounce.
Do this shit and bounce.
That was definitely my second uh-oh.
It's fucking Dave Chappelle. He's making jokes about a shitty story.
Because it's just like, I feel like it happens more often to adult people than they like to admit. Like, everybody laughing like they ain't had no shitty story, but it's
I
like,
have never shit my pants ever.
I've gotten close, but it's never come
Yes,
up.
I've gotten close.
I've gotten close multiple
I've
times.
never shit my pants. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, God, I wish I could see it.
Farting and shitting your pants are not the same.
Oh,
bro.
well, I don't.
It just mean like,
You got there. You know what I mean? If shit came out, if there's shit in your pants, I don't know. I feel like I don't think it's an amount decibel.
Whether it's like a little speckle or a half a turd, you still shit your
that's
pants.
Yeah.
that is just a lie.
Bro, if it's shit,
I'm sorry, you had to wipe your ass with socks.
Uh-oh. Here comes the shit police.
okay, I really only need to use like one sock if I'm.
Sock singular.
Bro, I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures.
How long? So was it like a long tube sock or was it like a short one of those short ankle socks? How?
Like,
It was
did
like
you just put it on your hand?
like a
like a
sock.
sock?
Yeah, like a not an ankle, but like a like a tube sock.
So you just put
I
a sock on your hand?
my hand, yeah, and like used it to wipe my ass, and then I threw it in the yard. Like I thought I would put the shit in the car with me. So the car gonna smell like shit. No, this shit gonna go. And I'm gonna keep on driving.
What about the underwear?
I left that shit too. Took that off immediately. Cause it was like like I said, it wasn't poop like.
This is all very
Like-
reasonable conclusions. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
This is all-
like-
I don't want shit in my car.
You know, like it wasn't poop, it was booty juice. You know, like so it's like I need to get.
I'm gonna
juice
throw
off.
up.
Yeah, no. Okay, I've never ever full blown pooped in my pants.
No, I mean,
Full blown.
guess-
I love that discernment.
what about does shitting outside count? Like if you had to shit outside?
I have never.
That's not shitting your pants. If it made it out, if it made it outside, if you shit outside, you didn't shit in your pants. You shit outside.
Tell another one of your full blown shitting your pants stories.
Jesus
that-
Christ.
Where the
Well, I shit outside, and like you just said, that doesn't count as.
That's a
shitting
different
your
story. Yeah, it's two
so
completely
you
different things.
pants. Yeah. I mean, if you got the shit.
Silence.
Okay, well, fuck you. I have no questions. Said shit outside. You know what I mean? Shit. And this is a long time ago though, and I had drank.
No, not that story. Talk about Mr. Big. Like, ha ha ha, that's so funny.
Wow, she's really driving you to tell a very specific story. What is going on?
Just tell them all. You know, like.
A full blown shit, honey.
Yeah, that time I actually did shit my pants like fully.
Oh my god.
But like
So yeah,
I was like 15, okay, and
that's within the last 10 years.
no, it ain't.
That's not within the last 10 years.
Oh, it's 15 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Long. And to take it from the top, this is when I was in high school, maybe like 9th or 10th grade, something like that. And it was these girls that I used to like, walk with every day after school. And like, you know, just trying to be funny, you know, I'm making jokes to them when it's not. And like we all laughing and joking, and I was like, all right, ha ha ha, well, listen to this. And you know how like you try to like push out a fart to be funny?
There's no way. 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 What you're about to tell me is that you tried to push on a fart to be funny in front of high school girls
Yes.
and you shit your pants.
A whole shit loaf, dog. And I had to walk home with this shit loaf in my ass. Like, and it was like, you don't want to walk in a way to like make it fall out your drawers. So it's like, you gotta like walk and like keep this log of shit like nestled in between like the gooch and your ass. It was like what the I want like I'm about to walk into traffic. But then it's like now if I do that,
Die, you're gonna be
now
like,
somebody be like, shit, yeah. Big shit in the street. You know, like I didn't want to have that. So I went home, I immediately took those clothes off the porch and like threw them in the trash.
Did you ever make? I'm sorry.
Yeah, very, very shameful.
Did you ever make it to tell anybody else? Like, how long before you told the story to somebody else?
A while, to be honest. Like, I had to get comfortable enough. Yeah, I had to be long enough.
I had to learn to accept myself before I could tell this story.
That shit, and that's why that's the same as like to tell the third story, I guess now.
Hold on, wait. I was not right there. Okay, I just want to. Okay, on the front end, you guys sound a little robotic. Is it? Could you get closer to the phone or something?
Oh wait, is this better?
A little bit.
I think it's doing the shit that Discord was fucking up.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I need a breather. I can't breathe.
How's that?
Most people have one story about shitting their pants. This man has 3.
It's several. No, it's
No.
several.
See, that's why I said you already said the third one is not shit in your pants.
Yeah, it's not.
So that's
Oh my god.
I was on the way home, and I was like, if I clench my butt cheeks together tight enough, I can make it back to the crib.
Yeah,
but
that's normal. Yeah.
3 houses away from my house, and I knew, like, in my neighbor's backyard, I wasn't gonna make it. Like, so I made an executive decision to squat under their back porch and shit, and I feel like it's not enough context because it's like I had taken a detox tea like the night before, and if you take those, like they supposed to make you shit, but it's like when I drank it like maybe like 5 o'clock that night, and then like it didn't like do anything to me, but it was like that next morning, like right after I took my little brothers to school, I was like walking back. I'm like, damn, I got a shit. Like my stomach like churning. I mean, doing the fucking electric slide as I'm walking. So I'm like, fuck. All right, I gotta like really put some pep in my fucking step so I can make it back. And I made it like I said, I was less than a block away from my house. Like, but I knew the process of taking my key to open the front door, walking up. Like I knew all of that shit that I had to do to get in the house and make it. I wasn't gonna be able to do that because I already the shit was ready. The train is leaving the station, so it's like.
And then we had this situation the other day, right?
Bro, I need you to stop. I really.
Oh my god, I've never been a bigger hater.
Right.
I've never met somebody.
Tell the next one.
I couldn't even ask. I'm sorry. I didn't even get to ask my question about this. Okay, about this last one. Okay, well, okay. How? Okay.
I didn't
What
even
time? This was broad daylight. You shit in their backyard in broad daylight, right?
Yeah, it was like 7:30 in the morning, and
okay.
That afternoon, as I was walking through their yard again because I always cut through their yard to get to my house. He was like, "Did you see a dog or something come back here?"
Oh.
And like, yard? And I was like, "No, I don't know what you talking." But it was me. I was the dog. Yeah. To my neighbor, if you happen to hear this podcast, I'm sorry I shit in your back porch.
How long ago is this?
It was about it was longer than
15 years.
I was younger than that. I was like I don't know. I was real young, like
Still high school?
yeah, like maybe first year, either like just finishing middle school, going to high school, or like my first year. Like I was young, still a kid.
How long did it take you to to finish up? Like were you there like, oh wow, that was a quick shit, I gotta get out of here, or was it just like, wow, this is a lot of stuff coming out, man? Like how
I
long?
mean, it was like it was ready to come out, so it was like I just really needed to like push. So like one good hard push was enough to get it up, but it was a lot. It was like like if you seen it, you were like that ain't from no dog. So I knew when he said it was in a dog. I think he already
Wait, was he asking you? Do you think he was asking you directly? Hey, did you shit in my yard?
yeah I think he knew. I think he already knew. But he was like I want him to be like I want to see if he's gonna be honest about it. I was like most certainly will not. No, I don't know what you talk about. Shit, I don't even have an ass. Me? I don't even have. I left my body.
I don't even have a digestive system, I mean. I hope you find whoever did this to you. I pray.
Yeah, like yeah. That's this is this atrocity that happened in your yard. I really hope you find the culprit. You know, like
I'm praying for you.
yeah, I'll keep you in my prayers tonight. You know,
Anyway, enough poop stories, please. My first situation.
This is a hard
Um,
act to follow.
yeah, it.
Number two, really?
Oh my god. Okay, let's see what happened. I guess it was when I fucking totaled my last car. Um, that was truly an oh moment.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Yeah, I
Yeah,
completely forgot about that. The U-turn? Was there a U-turn
yeah,
involved? Go ahead.
yeah.
Go
There
ahead.
was a turn involved. Um, basically, I was driving uptown. I'd just gotten in uptown on North Tryon Street, and there was an accident, and it was causing a lot of traffic. So I was like, I was just driving uptown just to like be driving. So I was like, I don't even have to be up here. So I tried to pop a Yui, and I looked multiple times before I did that, and this person just hit the front of my car. So we are now the second accident within a block. Um, so that was embarrassing. And I was freaking out because I had my weed in the car, and I was just like, oh
Paid
my
for with
God.
fake money too.
Bro, I was just like, am I not going to be able to drive my car home? Um, no, my car was fine. They, my car was fine. The front was just fucked up. Uh, the insurance people totaled it because, bodywork costs a lot, and my car wasn't really worth that much. So they totaled it, and I had to get the car that I have now, which is funny because I was actually on the way to hang out with Carl for like the second or third time total. Like this was like a couple of days after we met. So, yeah.
What did you
That was,
do you
that was
remember
my first.
texting him something? Do you remember saying like, "Hey, listen, sorry, I know we had plans to hang out. I just fucked up my car. We
Yeah,
gonna have
I
to-"
was just like, I just got into an accident.
Oh man.
And he was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Being all beginning of relationship concerned. So that was very interesting, and it sucked for a long time, but that definitely led to the Escalade era, which was great. That was our rental for like a month for me. Um,
Would
a
you
fucking
go-
Escalade. So
would you
that was
say that this ended up being a positive moment since you ended up getting a new car? You know,
great.
do you look a lot better on it than you did at the moment of fucking total car U-turn?
Uh,
or do you still think like just like I can't fucking believe that dumb shit happened to me?
Yeah. To this day, I'm like, that was really fucking stupid. Um, Especially because nothing was wrong with that car, and I know for a fact that they were going to just fix the car and sell it to someone
Yeah.
because nothing mechanically was wrong with that car. Like, there's no frame damage, no nothing. Like, I drove home from the accident. So
Well, you
there's
didn't. Well, you
nothing
didn't take
wrong
it to
with
it. If you had taken it to a shop, they would have said 1,000 things are wrong with it. So you never know.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, in fact, at first I was like kind of happy because I had some body damage from a previous like incident where this bitch backed into me while I was leaving a parking lot.
Oh my god, you sound like my sister. Oh my god, my sister texted me like a year ago. Like how she went to the dentist and she back like she said, "Hey, I had a good surgery at the dentist." 3 seconds after that text, she backs up and she texts us the family group chat is like, "Fuck, I just got in an accident." And we know it happened at the parking lot because she sent the text before she starts driving. So we know she sent that text from the dentist parking lot and just guys, I got in an accident.
Is this the sister that
Oldest.
wrecked your?
No. That's my little sister. That's a different one. No,
Okay.
it's a family of bad drivers, man. You don't even know.
Yikes!
We're working on it. Little by little. Piece by
You
piece.
consider yourself to be one of those people?
Let's focus on you right now, all right? Let's talk about you.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna say that I've hit the puddle that you hit before, and I didn't end up in
Oh my god.
Home Depot.
Oh my god, man! I'll never get my fucking dad asking me like, "Why'd you crash?"
I mean, kind of. Yeah.
It's like my dick. That's fucking why, man. God's plan. I was meant to hit that tree. That was a lesson. The Lord put me there in that ditch in front of Home Depot for a lesson. He told me I'm gonna appreciate life more. Because at any moment it can be taken away, and at any moment your dad can ask a dumbass question, ask him, "Hey, why'd you crash? Nobody else crashed." That's why. Because I need to learn. That's what I took away from that moment. That's what I learned from that moment. That's what everybody should learn. At any moment it can be taken away, and at any moment your father could just bash you. All right, for no
That
reason.
can't be the first thing that he said.
It was like the second thing. To be fair, I think his first thing was like, "Really?"
Not, are you okay? Are you good? What's going on?
No, it was not that. No, it was not for that. Well, because I called. You know, I was on the I called, so I had to be somewhat okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't dead. You know.
Mm.
Anyway,
Okay.
Go ahead, man. What else you got?
What else do I got? Oh. Uh-oh moment. Oh, not an Amber Alert.
Oh no! I just got that too. Oh man, Stanley County. Fuck. Where's Stanley at?
A red car. Okay.
Oh my god. Hey man, I hope if you're hearing this, I hope you get found.
Are they listening?
Or I hope you.
It
I
might be a
don't.
baby. I didn't read it. It might be a baby though.
The police are doing their best. They'll be on top of this, man.
Right.
I'm sure this will work out well. I'm sure this will all sort itself out.
Well, okay. I think my next moment was a little bit more interesting.
Oh, she shit her pants.
Oh no, I never done that. I was. I'm just gonna cut to the chase really, really quickly. Carl and I were hanging out with his neighbor that he used to be cool with back when he was living at a specific location, and he got drunk and fell asleep on his couch. But before he fell asleep on his couch, he was like, "If y'all want to fuck, y'all can go upstairs and fuck it." And we did, and we broke their bed.
What? Oh my god!
That was an uh-oh moment. Like, Uh-oh. But we definitely kept fucking after. And
Oh
we
my god!
Bro, like, are you supposed to kind of see it through at that point?
No,
Like,
I don't think you do gotta see it through. I'm gonna be honest. You already broke somebody's property.
yeah, we already broke it. I mean, us stopping is not gonna fix the bed. Like,
How bad?
But
So like,
we didn't keep going on the bed.
Yeah.
It was on the floor.
so then we moved to the floor.
Yeah, we did. It was hot as hell.
Yeah, we had the heat on. Had the heat on. Like,
In the summer. It was hot.
yeah.
We were sweating like it's fucking hot yoga type shit.
And Christy was so mad. She was like, "Y'all got my upstairs smelling like sex, and
Mhm.
the whole bed is broken."
And then I I gave her a mattress thing. What is it called? Yeah, I gave her the box spring because we didn't break the frame, we broke the box spring.
oh, so
So-
I was gonna ask like, so like how was it broke? Like it was like broken in the middle, like it sunk in, or
Yeah, like the wood, like
Just
snapped in the middle.
oh man.
Funny because the box spring on our current bed is bent up like that.
How do you
it's
think,
not-
how do you think that happened?
The power driving, man.
Bro, no.
WWE finisher. What you mean?
And that's just the side of the bed that we both like get into bed on, and
And the power driving. Okay.
okay.
It's okay to say that.
It's okay. It's okay. We can talk about these things. We can have this conversation.
Yeah, like it's okay. We're already here now. We already here. Like,
Okay. Sure.
Did you guys feel bad about the bed, or like how? On a scale of
No,
1 to 10, how
no.
bad do you guys feel about that breaking your neighbor's bed?
no.
No, because
They asked. No,
continue,
why? Did you
sorry.
feel like they asked for it?
First of all, JD, when we that's his name, JD.
Could be any. Again, yeah. Go ahead.
When we like figured it all out, essentially afterwards, JD was like, "Don't even worry, Christy's just being Christy or whatever,"
Yeah.
and
He wasn't even mad at all.
he wasn't mad, but he told us to not worry about it. But like Christy is like texting both me and Carl like, "Who the fuck is fixing my bed?"
Who's gonna pay for this?
Right, and
And he's like, don't even worry about it. You know, I done fucked and broke a bed in my day. You know, like
Yeah.
he's like, it's fine.
JD is like, "It's fine," but we tell Christy that JD said it was fine, and she was like, "That's not what he told me."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, JD, what the fuck?
I think that's because he didn't want to deal with her. He didn't want to deal with her that bad.
So I had to like, luckily I had a fucking extra box spring somehow, so I just gave that to her, and it was so funny when she came to my house to pick it up. She was like, "Yo, I need to get one of these houses," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, we got-
What?
Did, but in Birmingham, but yeah, that was the moment, like right when the bed.
when we heard the wood snap. Because I was like, yeah, we just broke this whole fucking frame. Like, you know, I thought we broke the whole shit. Like, oh, this shit is destroyed.
And it just kind of
We've ruined these people's beds.
Ruined it.
Their perfect,
Ruined it.
their perfect guest bedroom.
right, yeah. Do I have any more? Do you have any? I don't have any with you.
I'm gonna be.
So,
I'm gonna be honest. If you guys have any more, this is extra. Usually, I try to keep these like because I try to record 10 minutes a day. We're already at 35. If y'all have any more, feel free to knock it out. It's good, but if y'all don't have any more, it's completely fine. You guys are already over my expectations.
I'm about to say,
Right.
you should have plenty.
Yeah, you could like skip tomorrow if you want to.
All right. Thank you guys for telling us about your broken beds and shitty pants, man. I appreciate that.
Oh,
All right,
my
next
God.
segment, guys. Hey guys, this is Eric in post editing. Just looked at the fucking timestamps of all this shit. It's like an hour and 40 minutes. There's not a next segment. I didn't feel like recording again on Friday. just to make it 2 hours again. But yeah, that was the episode. Later, guys.